What's up, everybody? If you remember from last time, we were still doing some logging here on this Cove Farm map, and I was just about to move everything up here, which I've done now. I've just got the Ponzi Scorpion moved up here, but we kind of ran out of logs. We're having to move them a good bit to get them down there to the grapple loader. So I decided to go ahead and move up here. Let's see, make sure I'll still got my cut length right. That's cool. Okay. Now we still got one more day, I think, before the grass starts growing. And once the grass starts growing, we'll have stuff to do. Because if you watch the last video, in the very first video, I think it was, I had gone ahead and bought some cows and not realizing that the Seasons mod was taking control of everything, and you can't grow grass until like day 3. And so we didn't have anything to feed the cows, and ended up killing a couple of them because I just wasn't aware that the Seasons mod controlled that much. So anyway, we got the remaining cows sold before they died, and we'll see if we can't get us some grass going here just a little bit, and that'll probably be next video, I would imagine. What I may do is just, after this video is finished recording, I may just let it run for a bit. Try to speed time up with some and get us something to do for next time besides cutting trees. You know, if you watch my channel much, you know I don't mind cutting some trees, but thought I'd give a try of doing some actual farming this time. And so far all we've had to do is cut trees. Because it's kind of, let's see if I can, is it Shift S or Shift F? Maybe it's Alt S. Yeah, here it is. Okay, so Alt S. So if you missed it last time, you can see at the very bottom, at the very least, you know, grass, and it doesn't even start being able to be harvested until, well, it's like actually day 4. So in between days 3 and 4 is when you can start to harvest it, most likely at the start of day 4. So we're going to have to wait a whole nother day after this one before we can even harvest some grass. We've planted some wheat. We've got wheat on fields, let's see, I think it's fields 2 and 5. Let me look and see for sure. Yeah, 2 and 5 is where we've got the wheat planted, and you can see the growth state there, so it's still in the growing phase. And according to the Seasons mod, we won't be able to harvest that wheat until I think in the fall, so we got quite a good ways to go on that one. And I'm kind of making a mess with these log piles. Maybe I can kind of get some of it together, I guess. If you remember last time we tipped our log truck over, I'm not sure what the deal was. Maybe it's just these big trees. I'm not used to hauling these big ones. Probably just the weight of it. I probably had it stacked too high. But, you know, when you got a fairly long distance to go, you need to make the most out of each run. So I was trying to load it up pretty good. Well, I didn't want to do that. So that'll work. Yeah, and like I mentioned in the previous video or two, I haven't really done a whole lot of farming on this game. I have a degree in forestry, so I mostly play the forestry aspect of it. And I got, you know, if you've looked at my videos, I got several videos of the forestry part of it. So if you see me doing something stupid, just let me know. Leave me a comment, say, hey, you need to be doing this, or you need to be doing that. Get me back on track. But the most thing that I've had to worry about at the start of this game is the seasons mod. If you're not used to playing with that, then it's an eye-opener for sure. Because you can only... Because I was wondering at first, you know, why there was no grass to cut. I thought for sure with all the grass on this map it'd be grass to mow, but with the seasons mod, you only got certain times where you can cut the grass. While we're finishing up on this load of logs here, I'll mention my map I'm working on. I'm coming along pretty good on it. I haven't had a chance to work on it much in the last few days. I'm starting to work on the PDA map. I'm trying to get that figured out. I'm trying to do something much nicer than just an overall screenshot, you know. I'm trying to do it the way Giants would like you to do it, so I'm having to learn that. Or not the way they want you to do it, but the way they did it for the Goldcrest Valley and all that. That's a super nice PDA map. And the way you have to do it is you have to zoom in fairly close and take snapshots and then piece them all together. And I think that's... I need to go back and look at that Goldcrest Valley one again, but that's what I hear anyways. I haven't looked to see how nice it is, and I think it's a fairly good looking PDA map. So anyway, I guess the point of that was I'm getting pretty close. I've still got to script in the wood chipper and some lights I want to come on at night. I haven't got that figured out yet. I haven't had time to fool with those. I got one working, but I can't get the others to work. It's just the weirdest thing. I did the same thing that I did for the one that is working with all the others, and they don't work. So I haven't quite figured that out. So anyway, I'm still thinking though that it's going to be, let's see, today is the 21st. It may be into April before I release it. I want to make sure it's right. I got to test it. I've got to play a bunch on it. I've got to do a video review. Just a bunch of stuff. So it may be into April, but I just don't have time to work on it much. Work during the day, and now stuff going on at night and in the afternoon, so just, when you get older, your life gets busy. Alright, come on, map autosave, let's go. There we go. Yeah, I've got a map autosave, so if you see the screen, game kind of freeze, it's not my game, it's just the map autosave kicking in. Oh, I guess I haven't used this yet. There we go. Well, it's not the best looking grab. I didn't quite follow my own rule of trying to get the pile as clean as possible before you start loading. Oh well. Well, those small pieces are hard to grab. They want to slide out. And my camera keeps moving on me. Alright, I'm gonna call that one good. Don't want to risk messing that up. I do want to remind you again, if you're watching this video and you're fairly new to the channel, check if you're wondering where I get some of these mods at. Check the video description. I've got a link to a Google Doc called Mods Used, and I try to keep that updated. Sometimes I don't always do a good job of that, but if you're wondering where I get some of these mods, you can try messaging me or leave me a comment or something on YouTube or Facebook. Even I got Facebook over there, but you know, it's getting harder sometimes to remember where some of these mods are. I've got so many of them, and like I said, I do try to keep that spreadsheet. I mean, not spreadsheet, that Google Doc updated as I find something and start using it in the series. But sometimes it's hard because if I don't immediately, you know, put a link to where I got it, I'll forget where I got it, number one, and number two, sometimes I get those things from Facebook pages and I don't remember which one it was and, you know, which page it was. But check that Mods Used document, and then if you can't find it there, my suggestion is most likely you're going to go to a Facebook group called Farming Simulator Loggers. It's just Farming Simulator Loggers. You should be able to search for it and find it. You have to join. They'll have to, you know, authorize your join or whatever, give you a permission to join, I guess. But it's not a big deal. They usually will let you sign right up. But I get a lot of good mods from there because a lot of the guys that play the farm sim logging aspect of the game, they are on that, and it's like, I think like 2,000 members or something, and they'll occasionally put links to you know, different machines and stuff up there. But that's a good resource, and I mean, you know, also just check the mod sites. I mean, you know, I almost kind of hate it sometimes when everybody says, well, can I have that mod, or can I, you know, where'd you get that mod at? Well, I mean, did you go look for it, number one? I mean, there's mod sites that have them on there, and then, you know, there's just, do some work. You know, try to find them yourself. If you can't, then that's one thing, but I mean, a lot of times I just don't have time to respond to every message and let you know where I got the mods at. Anyway. Alright, we're gonna need some more trees. About 2 or 3 more should do it. Now I will say it's getting harder to find the FDR mods. Now, that is one that you probably need some help finding those, because he took down his, I think he took down his Facebook page, but he also took down his website where he had all the mods where you could download them. But if you go to YouTube and you look up FDR logging, you should be able to find a post on his page. It's a video, but in the video description there's a link to download the mods. And I don't recall what video it is, but it should say something about mod release or version something release or something like that, I think. But you should be able to figure it out. But what he's doing is, you know, I mean, I can understand he puts a lot of time and effort into these mods, and he wants to get a little something back out of it, and, you know, to purchase new models and stuff too. But he's gone to a Patreon only, and then after the Patreons have beta tested it or whatever, you know, he releases a pack to the public. So he is releasing them publicly. It's just he lets the Patreon members have it first. But, you know, if you want to go over there and get the mods before everybody else, or with all the Patreon members, I think it's only like $5 a month. It's not too bad. I also have a Patreon page. I guess I should. That's a good segue into that. I have a Patreon page where you can donate monthly to help out the channel with various things. It does cost some money to do this kind of stuff because, well, one time I had a hard drive go out and I had to replace that. I think that was about $70 or $75 because I couldn't order it online, and you know I needed it then. Couldn't wait, so I had to run to Best Buy and get one, and that's the reason why I paid that much for it. In fact, I think that was the cheapest one maybe they had. Anyway, uh-oh. But the Patreon, my Patreon page, what I'm planning on doing with that is that's not going to go in my bank account. That's going to go back to the viewers. What I plan on doing is once I reach 20 subscribers on Patreon, that's 20 Patreons, then I'm going to start doing some monthly giveaways. Now, if the number drops back below 20, I guess we'll just have to see. Because I have had a few people that have signed up, and then I don't know if they were expecting giveaways, but maybe I didn't make it clear enough. But I have to get to 20 Patreon members before I start doing the giveaways. And anyway, so I've had a couple come and go. But anyway, yeah, so just go sign up on Patreon if you can, help support the channel. And what I'm planning on doing is at some point when we reach the 20, I'll start doing monthly giveaways. Maybe it's copies of the game, maybe it's dual joysticks, you know, something nice, farm sim apparel, I don't know, whatever I think of for the moment. And if I do a game giveaway, like a farm sim or American Truck Simulator or something like that, I'll ask the winner, you know, what they would like to receive. I'm not going to assume that everybody, you know, doesn't have a certain copy of the game, because you might already have it. Okay, I don't think this got loaded very pretty. Oh well, one fell out, but let's throw that over there. I'll chip it up. It's the top anyway, wouldn't get much for it. I could probably put a couple more on the back, but I'm going to go ahead and strap it on down. If you probably noticed, I've got the time sped up a little bit. And let's see, I want to make sure that all of my wheels are down. Give me some more traction. And I'm going to have to take it slow because I don't want to risk tumping this thing over again. And this Caterpillar truck does not know slow, so I've got to make it go slow. In fact, I think this thing would rather be doing about 132 miles an hour. Which I have done. On a 4X map, I got it up to 132, so it will do that. Now, I was trying to go over to a different place and sell the logs last time, but that was only for wood chips, I think, so I'm just going to sell them here. Straps undone. Alright, now let's see if we can get some of those wood pieces picked up. Yeah, so you can see here's our field with grass in it. There's nothing yet. We can't harvest anything yet. Getting close though. Just about got everything picked up the last time. Just had a few little pieces there. Saw one back there. There's another one over here I missed. I think that's about it. Check over on this side of the road. I believe that's it. Yeah, I think I was trying to think. I remember. Well, let me back up. I think I had bought this John Deere skidder to roll our truck back over. I think that's why I bought that. But I am planning on upgrading everything. Like I'm gonna eventually get rid of this Ponzi Scorpion and get us a fella buncher and processor. But I guess for now we're kind of with this. Well, golly. Well, I guess we'll just keep cutting some trees. Let's see if there's anything else that we can do. I don't believe there is. truck doesn't steer too good. I'll tell you what we can do. Let's do something different. Let's see. We're going to go over there. Let's see what we can do as far as like a chore or something. I don't think I did that last time. I think maybe we talked about doing something last time and never got around to it. Let's see. Okay, well, it's time to sow some fields. So, you know, I kind of want to do something with this field right here, this field number 3, because I'd like to buy it later. And the more you work for somebody, the more you'll, or the less, I guess, it might cost to buy it from them later. So, I'll tell you what, let's do this. Let's see, make sure I know how all this works. I suppose it's already set up to do whatever he's wanting me to plant it with, so we'll just have to go for it. Let's see if I can remember how to get the GPS up. There we go. And we go ahead and turn on the planter. There we go. Set the cruise control and set the, oops, not that. We don't want course play. There we go. What is that we're planting? Is that potatoes? I may have gotten a bit ambitious on this job. This is a big field. Oh well. Yeah, this is going to take a while. Well, anyway, I'm going to go ahead and I guess just sign off today here, because this is going to take way too long. I doubt anybody want to sit here and just watch this. But anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll do some more on Cove Farm a bit later. Probably what I'll end up doing is I'll go ahead and speed up time so we can get to day 4. That way we'll have some grass to mow, and we'll have a lot of fun then, because I like mowing grass. And I've already got the mower over there ready to go with the trailer with the pickup on it, and we'll get us some silage going. Probably do us some grass bales, you know, something like that. So we'll have something for our cows whenever we eventually decide to buy some more. I may end up planting, like if I can buy another field, I'll plant something that we can do with like chaff or something. Maybe plant some corn or something. But anyway, we got a lot to do on this map, and like I said, when I come back, I'll already have the time sped up enough where we can have some grass to mow. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and try to get this finished up, and hopefully get us a bunch of money. I think it's about almost $25,000 we're going to be getting for this. But anyway, that's it for this time. Rather short video, but kind of jumped off the deep end here on this big field. But anyway, thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button if you hadn't already. In fact, let's look. Yeah, we're still at 333 subscribers, and y'all are doing pretty good. We're a third of the way there. So anyway, hit that subscribe button if you hadn't already. Give me a thumbs up if you like more of this Pine Cove Farm map. And we will see you next time. Have a good one.